Christmas is incomplete without these delicious marzipan. So today I made this at home and I would like to share my version of this marzipan recipe. Trust me, making marzipan is not at all easy, especially when it comes to making that perfect non-sticky dough. But you know what? If you know these simple tips and tricks which I will share with you all in this video today, you will be able to master this recipe. So stick till the end, don't skip the video, and let's get started. Now let's look at the ingredients that we need for this recipe. Now these are 200 grams of good quality cashews. Now these were whole cashews which I broke them into pieces. This will help us in the grinding process. Now in order to soften these cashews, we need to soak them for at least 4 to 5 hours in lukewarm water. Now before I keep them for soaking, I'll wash them nicely and then I will let it soak for minimum 4 to 5 hours. You can soak it overnight as well. Once soaked for 4 to 5 hours, drain the water completely, and now the cashews are ready to grind. But before that, I will also show you the other ingredients that I will need for this recipe. Here, as you can see, I have taken 1 cup of fine sugar. I might not use the entire 1 cup, but anyways, let's see the next ingredient. Now this is 1 egg white. Now this is at a room temperature. Make sure that all the ingredients that you have are in the room temperature. And here I have 1/4 cup of rose water, which is very important for this recipe, followed by almond essence and some food colors. Now let's start with the first step where we grind the cashews. Now this is a very important and a crucial step, so you need to keep in mind few steps before you grind them. Before we start grinding the cashews, make sure to drain all the water completely. If there's even a little extra water left, the paste will turn out too runny. Now while grinding, don't add too many cashews to the blender at once. Work in small batches so that the paste becomes smooth and even. Slowly add the egg white and rose water while grinding to help everything mix properly. Now here we are aiming for a super smooth paste with no lumps. If the mixture sticks to the sides of the blender, stop for a moment, scrape it down and then continue. Use a strong blender, but don't let it run for too long in one go. It can get hot and that heat might ruin the taste. Now here's an important thing to remember. Cashews contain natural oil. If you grind them too much or too fast, the oil might separate, and instead of a smooth paste, you'll end up with a sticky mess. So take it slow and steady. Transfer the smooth cashew paste to a wide heavy bottom pan. And make sure at this stage the flame is turned off. And while the flame is turned off, we need to add in sugar and we need to mix it properly so that the sugar gets evenly mixed in the cashew paste. Now I don't like my marzipan to be too sweet. That's the reason I'll be adding sugar gradually and taste the paste and adjust the sugar accordingly. Now let's mix all this together so that the sugar is evenly distributed in the cashew paste and we get this nice and smooth texture, just like this. And now it's time for us to place this on a low flame and cook it for a good 25 to 30 minutes until you get this dough stiff and firm. And now again, this step is very important and it's very crucial, so it will need all your attention and your patience as well, because this will make or break your marzipan. Now you need to make sure that you keep on stirring with a spatula and making sure that the dough doesn't stick at the bottom. Now at every stage you will see this cashew paste changing its consistency. For the first 5 minutes you will see it as a running and smooth paste, which indicates that the sugar has dissolved properly. Keep stirring continuously and after 10 minutes you'll notice the mixture starting to thicken slightly. Yes, during this process of stirring, your hands might pain, but this will help in breaking any lumps and making your cashew paste, the dough, very smooth, silky, firm and non-sticky. Look at this. It's been around 16 to 17 minutes. The dough has become stiff. My hand is already paining. My wife and I, we both are stirring it together turn by turn and making sure that we keep stirring it continuously. Now, throughout this process, the flame is very low. We need to make sure that we don't overcook it. The flame should not be very high, or else the dough might burn. Now, as you can see, the dough is turning dry. Okay, now it's been 20 minutes. Now, at this stage, I'll be adding in 6 to 7 drops of almond essence, and I will mix it again. Now, exactly after 30 minutes, your dough or your cashew paste will be ready. Okay, turn off the flame, and now let's do the dough test. For that, I'll just take a small quantity of dough and I will add it in a ice cold water like this. First, just look at the dough. It's non-sticky. It's hot right now. Okay, now I'll just put this in the ice cold water, and now we'll just remove it. If you see a nice and firm ball forming, okay, that shows that dough is ready. And now we'll spread this hot dough in a flat pan so that it cools down evenly, and then we'll start forming a ball out of it. Now don't worry at this stage if you feel there is still a little moisture in your dough. Just keep it under a fan or just leave it overnight. Let it cool down nicely, and then you can start forming or start adding colors and forming your marzipan. Now after the dough is nicely cooled down under the fan, now we are ready to make it into a ball. But before that, just make sure that your hands are completely dry. We don't need any additional moisture. And make sure that you don't knead this dough, because cashews have essential oil and it will start releasing if you press it. And don't worry if your dough is slightly oily. Okay, you can just sprinkle some icing sugar, and that will soak in or absorb all the oil. Now you can just color it and shape them in a silicone mold just like this. So that's about it. Do let me know how you like this recipe and how you like this video. If you have any questions regarding this recipe, do leave a comment below and I will answer them. Share this video with your friends and family. Give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider subscribing. Till then, wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. My name is Stan. I will see you next time with a new recipe and with a new video. Till then, bye-bye.